So porn and the accessibility of porn these days, and I guess in a whole variety of that is through the roof. I mean, my boys are 6 and 7, and I'm trying to convince myself that they're going to see this sooner than later, if not already. I hope not.
God forbid.
But tell me about how that affects that male. If they're already weak or being promoted to be weak, then how does this play out for men? Because it's different than women.
Yeah. The average age of porn consumption is around 10 now. And this is completely accidental. They could be just playing a game and a pop-up will come. And the reason why that happens is the porn industry targets them young. And the reason why they target them so young is so that by the time they're 18, they're already addicted. And by that time, they have credit cards. So they give them lots of free pornography in the early stages, get them addicted, so they're future customers. And they know that by that time it takes more extremities for them to feel arousal, so they're willing to pay for it. Now, the reason why that is so damaging is firstly, it makes them more likely to be child predators, not just child victims. Young boys watching a lot of pornography, and even girls, what happens is they stop seeing sexual abuse as assault. They see it as a form of pleasure, because in pornography, when men are being abusive to women, she responds either neutrally or with pleasure, which is just not real. That's not actually what happens in real life. If you punch a woman in real life, it doesn't feel good. But in pornography, for some reason, that makes her moan even louder. So it trains them to misunderstand women, completely misunderstand women. And what it also trains them to do is consider sex as a ritual, as an act. You just do this, like almost like a sport, when really it's actually a connection. And what they should be doing is reading a woman's emotions and her intimacy and knowing what parts of her body she likes, stimulating and what she doesn't. What pornography will do is teach a man what he likes and what he enjoys, and also give him ideas he didn't even know he had. So many men, and what's really worrying is the rise in incest and sexual abuse within the family, which didn't used to happen as much, particularly brothers assaulting sisters wasn't so common. But what pornography does is it glamorizes incest and stepsisters, all this stuff. So a young boy who's forming his sexual identity, who knows he's actually a bit repulsed by his sister, but is seeing it online, it confuses them. It totally, and people say, oh, you're being so extreme. I wish I was. I really wish I was being so extreme, but I'm actually not. The statistics all show that there's a rise in these kind of behaviors. But the main thing I find, especially for men that are married, what happens is because they've watched so much pornography, they're not actually good at sex. They're terrible at it. They're terrible at sex because their wife can tell that he's just reenacting something. He's far more aggressive rather than intimate, and she's not enjoying it. And then he sees that she's not enjoying it and ends up going back into pornography because he's like, oh, she's not even liking it. Let me just stick to what I know. And in the process of sticking to pornography, they very much progress. They go from normal pornography, I don't know what normal is, but whatever you say, and then it might go to something more aggressive, then it might go to gangs, then it might go to transgender, then it might go to homosexual, and then they become somebody that their wife is incompatible with sexually. And so they simply have a complete disconnect in the most important ingredient of a marriage. And it's setting men up to be incompatible with their partners, unfortunately.
And so what's the lesson to men? Turn it off.
There is not 1 inch of positive outcomes from pornography. They think that, and I completely understand, when you're a young boy and there's always pressure to perform sexually and you always have to take the lead sexually, I can't imagine what that must be like when you're 16, 15, whatever age they start, and you have to teach the girl what to do and you don't have a clue, and you're going to have to rely on something, so they go to pornography.
I had to figure it out. I couldn't find any porn.
What did you do? I was like, can you tell how to
screw up for a while?
Yeah, it's okay, but here's the thing, it's okay to fuck up. You learn from that. It's okay to have a growth mindset. You might be terrible at sex in the beginning, but the process of being terrible and then reading her body will help you learn. Whereas what pornography will do is give you a script, think that's working, and if she doesn't like it, replace the girl. She doesn't like it, replace, when really it should be trial and error. So the real message to men is there's nothing positive to gain from pornography. It gives you excessive dopamine without any hard work, which is not how the human brain is designed. What you are designed to do is go hunt and gather and go take down an animal and bring it back to the house to get that dopamine fix. You're now just having to type in a few letters and get that same level of dopamine that you haven't earned. So what we will do is remove your work ethic. You will not have a work ethic, which is a fundamental ingredient for men's self-esteem. A man's self-esteem is almost defined by his work ethic, how many fires he can put out, how much responsibility he can take on, how much self-control he has. We're diminishing that from them. And then as a result, we've got a rise in men who are depressed, anxious, suicidal, and it's a natural consequence of low work ethic.
I thought you said you'd have to kill the animal to bring it home so you could have some sex. That's what I thought you would have said.
Well, true.
But they're related, right?
Actually, it's very true. Like, if you couldn't kill an animal and bring it home to women, she would see you as useless and be like, bye, you didn't go kill an animal for me today. So that's the effort your brain has evolved to do in order to get a woman. It's designed to put this much effort and investment in order to have sex. We've taken out the effort and investment and given you the satisfaction without any of the hard work. How on earth can that be good for you? It's no different to somebody who is 600 pounds and keeps getting lipo. They don't learn the skills to maintain their body, and their internal organs are still broken. The liposuction is not going to change that. So it's the same kind of thing when we big pornography. I'm curious, like, you've seen the evolution of pornography, I'm sure. How is it, from in your opinion, do you think it's changed men quite a lot, the advent of pornography?
I mean, I'm not exactly on the cutting edge. Because
I remember it from my time, and it still was a bit more like top shelves, and everybody was a bit embarrassed to go there and pick out the top shelf, and they were scared that their dad's going to know the corner shop man, and there was an element of shame and guilt. But we've removed shame and guilt from pornography and turned it into just a daily activity. And when you remove shame and guilt from the most shameful aspects of society, we lose our discretion and our morality, unfortunately.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline.
I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy, from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up.
If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make? Hi, it's Brian Rose from London Real. You probably know that we've just recently been re-platformed on YouTube after 25 months completely in the dark. The truth is, I really need your help. What I really need you to do is click on that subscribe button right now, like this video, and maybe even leave a comment or share the link with friends. We're really fighting against an algorithm that's tried to keep us quiet for so long. And the more subscribers we have, the more people watch our content, the better guests we can bring you, the better content, and we can continue transforming lives. We've been doing this for 14 years now. I want to do this for another 14 years, but I really need your help. So click on that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, share this, and we're going to continue to bring you more and more great content. Thank you. Most people will never see this opportunity. Dubai luxury transformation projects have historically delivered 40 to 90% annual returns. That is incredible. These were once reserved only for insiders with access. I spent 15 years on Wall Street and I learned this: the biggest returns always go to the people who get the call first. Now, you finally can. We've just received a brand new project with major upside potential. Allocations move fast. Click the link, apply now, and speak to my team. This is your chance to see what others never will.